Hi guys, it's Farmer Daily. A little bit of a different video today. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of an educational video actually about how to stay safe online. Particularly when you're using our Facebook page, Cannon Hall Farm on Facebook. Obviously we've had a few problems with pages that are trying to imitate us and copy us in order to scam you guys. So we're going to go ahead, I'm going to give you a few tips, a few tricks and things that you need to look out for to make sure that you're accessing our proper Facebook page, particularly when dealing with events or paying any money to Facebook. So let's have a look. To start with, we're going to head over to Cannon Hall Farm's Facebook page. That's the best place to start. Now then, there's a few things to look out for on here. Number one is the name of the page. Just here it says Cannon Hall Farm. Now this is really important. That's the proper name for our page. What a lot of these scam pages will do, they'll put something before or something after Cannon Hall Farm. I'm going to show you one later where they put the words virtual tour after our name to try and trick people into thinking it's our proper page. So that's one thing to look out for, the name of the page. Now I'm just going to point out guys, everything I'm going to show you, I'm going to be doing it on desktop, on a computer, but this also applies to your phone. So if we scroll down, you need to look at how many followers we have. This one is really important, and this is probably the hardest thing for a scammer to imitate. We have nearly 300,000 followers, 295,000 near enough. So if you check this number just here and it's somewhere near to 300,000, that means that you're dealing with our page. And the reason is because a scammer cannot get that many followers before their page gets shut down. So if we have a lot of followers just like this, that means you're on our page. Next up is the amount of interaction that we have on our posts. So a lot of people will like, comment and share our posts, and again a scammer page is not going to have this. There is going to be nobody liking, sharing their pages, or not very many people at all. So that is one thing to look at. Here's a lovely post of an afternoon tea, and just here you can see it's got 156 likes, it's got 13 comments and it's got 4 shares. A scam page is not going to have this many, this level of interaction on its posts. So you need to look for how many likes and comments and shares to make sure that you are on our page. Now the next thing we're going to go to is the events tab. Now this is really important because this is where we deal with all our events, our virtual tours for example, which is what we're going to be looking at today. So on desktop it's just here, but on your phone you might just have to scroll across a little bit to find it. So we'll click on that. Now then, here we are on the events page. This basically shows us what events we have coming up at the farm. Now in this case we have a normal Sunday broadcast from Farmer Robert just here, but then we're going to look at the one just below it. This is on Sunday at 10 o'clock, and this is our virtual tour. So we're going to click on that. And that's going to take us into this event page. Basically, this is where all the details of this event are, and there's just a couple of things on here that you should look for. Number one, you need to look this bit just here, event by. This is going to tell you who the event is hosted by, and you need to make sure that it says Cannon Hall Farm, nothing before it, nothing after it, just Cannon Hall Farm. That's our page name. Now then, the other thing I'm going to suggest is, to access these events pages, there's a really safe way to do it, which is through our website. So if you go to cannonhallfarm.co.uk, you'll be able to find the links that will direct you to this page just here, or for any events that we have coming up. So you can follow the links and that'll take you directly to it. The next thing that I'd like to talk about is Facebook Pay, which is how you pay for our events. You pay Facebook, then Facebook Pay us. So it's really safe. Facebook Pay is what we want you to use if you're going to be paying. In fact, you shouldn't be using anything else to pay for our events specifically. What a scammer is going to want you to do, they're going to want you to leave Facebook and they're going to want you to pay by something other than Facebook Pay. So one other thing that you need to look out for is your suggested feed. Basically, your suggested feed is things that Facebook thinks you're going to like, and that does include events. And one of the problems we have is that because you like us, Facebook also thinks you're going to like these scam pages that look exactly like us. So as far as Facebook's concerned, it's showing you things that you're interested in. Because you're interested in us, it thinks you're interested in a page that's very similar to ours, e.g. a scam page. So we're going to ask you not to ever click through your news feed or suggested feed to get to one of the events. If you would ever like to book one of our events, you need to go to the main Cannon Hall Farm Facebook page, which I've just shown you 3 things of how to identify that it's our page. You need to check the name, the amount of followers, and the amount of interaction on posts. Once you're there, you can go to the events tab and you can navigate to book your tickets for an event through there, rather than going through any sort of suggested post on your newsfeed. Right guys, so next up what I'm going to show you is some examples of some scam pages. These are pages that we've been sent that we have recognised to be scams and that you can recognise as well. There's actually a few really good things to show you from this which should help you to stay safe when you're dealing with us on Facebook. So first things first, it's the name of the page as we mentioned earlier. This isn't Cannon Hall Farm just on its own, this has got virtual tour on the end. They'll stick a little bit on the before or after Cannon Hall Farm, or sometimes even just spell Cannon Hall Farm wrong in order to trick you. So our name is Cannon Hall Farm, it's not Cannon Hall Farm Virtual Tour, so that's something to keep in mind. Next up is this bit just here, and this is the website that they're trying to get you to go to. If you click this link, as we're going to see in a second, it's going to take you to a different website where they're going to try and get you details. We would never ask you to do this to watch one of our live broadcasts. Our live broadcasts are shown on Facebook and on Facebook alone. So we would never ask you to leave Facebook in order to watch one, which is what they're asking you to do. So if you were to click this link, it'd take you away from Facebook. Again, a really easy thing to look out for is the name of the page that you're clicking on. This says streamsytv.xyz. It's nothing to do with Cannon Hall Farm, and this is a scam website. So we're going to go on to the next one, and this is what will happen. This is what you'll see if you click one of these links. This one, for example, is streaminghifi-tv.com. And one thing to note is the use of legitimate images. These images are really easy for scammers to copy. They can literally just click them, 2 clicks, and they're saved and they can use them. So don't just use images to try and decide whether it's a legitimate page or not, because this here is a fake page, but they're using a legitimate image. So there's a few things to look for here. First of all, the name of the page again. Always look at the name of the page. This one's streaminghifi-tv.com. Not Cannon Hall Farm. It's nothing to do with us. If it ain't got Cannon Hall Farm in it, it's nothing to do with us. Now, this applies to every scam on the internet pretty much. They are going to use language and they're going to use certain techniques to try and grab your attention and then to try and rush you. And this is what they're doing here. It says attention in big red lettering. It then says login required in big lettering, lots of exclamation marks. And what they're doing here is trying to get you to rush. They don't want you to think about what you're doing. They want you to rush in, think, oh, I need to watch this broadcast, I need to buy my ticket, and they want you to do it immediately before you think about it. So we would never, at Cannon Hall Farm, we would never use this kind of language in order to get you to book anything or pay anything or anything like that. This is a sure sign that it's a scam. Another thing, it says create my account at the bottom here. You must create a free account to watch Cannon Hall Farm live virtual tour. We're never going to ask you to create an account. You already have an account with Facebook, and that's what you use to access our broadcasts. Right, next one. If you do manage to keep clicking through and keep clicking on these websites, this is the page you're going to get to, and they're going to try and get you to take your money at this stage. So here it says 5-day free trial. Now this is a trick as well. Because it says a free trial for 5 days, what they want you to do is rush again. They want you to think, well, it's risk-free. There's no problem, it's 5 days for free, I can sort it later. And click through, click these links, and then they're going to try and get your details and take your money. So again, this kind of wording, free trial and stuff like that, that's not something that we do. Again, always check the website. This is signup.sakari.net. Nothing to do with Cannon Hall Farm. Hasn't got Cannon Hall Farm in the name. It's not ours. Right, I think there's a couple more. Again, this is what it looks like if you do get to the final page to watch the broadcast. This says streamsytv.xyz again, just here. That's not Cannon Hall Farm. Please, guys, always check the web browser. You shouldn't even get to this stage because you shouldn't be leaving the Facebook page, but if you do click a link away from Facebook and it takes you onto a web page, always check the name. So this says Streamsy TV, and again, note the use of the language and these banners here. Big red banner, watch live, big green banner, sign up now. Again, we'll not be asking you to do those things. Right then, last one. And again, note the use of the legitimate image here. This is a proper image from Cannon Hall Farm, from our page, and they've just stolen it and used it. note there's a few things. Basically, this is a run through of everything I've just shown you. This says Cannon Hall Farm Virtual Tour just here. Note the use of Virtual Tour on the end. That means it's not our proper page. And then notice Go Live, big red buzzer button, big red record button to say like you need to do it now. And then the use of the website again. This is not the Cannon Hall Farm website, exclusivetvstreaming.com. So these are some of the tricks and some of the techniques that these scammers are going to use to try and trick you. We're going to ask you to be really, really vigilant. We're going to ask you to always check that you're on Cannon Hall Farm's main page. You do that by checking the name of the page, by even more importantly checking how many followers the page has, and by checking the level of interaction on the most recent post. If you are wanting to book one of our virtual live tours, the really safe way to do it is to go to cannonhallfarm.co.uk and directly follow the links from there, or to make sure you go into our proper Facebook page and then to the events tab to book through. And don't forget, when you're on the events page, always check who the event is hosted by. It should be hosted by Cannon Hall Farm. So if you follow these few tips and tricks, guys, that is going to keep you much safer when you are accessing our content on Facebook. So yeah, I hope this has helped. I hope it's something that's going to be useful to you going forward. Thanks very much for listening. I know it's a little bit of something different. I've done a lot of talking. I think my voice is even going a little bit. So thanks again, and I'll see you soon. I'll see you guys. Bye.